Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jim Coppinger with Zentech Consultants, and I want to welcome you guys to our Bluebeam for Building Product Manufacturing presentation. Before we get too far, I just want to point out I encourage questions during these type of presentations, but just so you guys know, I'm going to kind of roll through and kind of do the presentation start to end, and I do leave a little time at the end of the presentation so I can answer your questions. And I encourage you guys, you can type questions into the chat or the questions box in your go-to control panel, whichever one you prefer. All right, and I promise to get to all your questions at the end. So with that said, so I don't take up too much of your day, let's go ahead and get rolling. So again, this is our Bluebeam for building product manufacturers. All right, so let's go ahead and start off. And for those of you who haven't worked with us before, we're Zentech Consultants, and we do work heavily in the architecture, engineering, construction space, but we also do quite a bit in the general manufacturing space, particularly with building product manufacturers. And we're here to help you guys purchase, implement, configure your software and workflows, all right, to help you optimize everything that you do. And I hope you guys will take the time to hit our website and see all the different things that we offer for you. So with that said, let's get into today's presentation. All right, so we're going to start off today talking about what is Bluebeam Revu. For those of you who aren't Bluebeam Revu users, haven't played with it before, Bluebeam Revu is essentially a PDF creation, editing, markup, and collaboration tool. So what does that mean? It means that most everybody in the construction design community uses Bluebeam Revu in order to work on a common set of documents. Right? PDF is a common tool. Bluebeam Revu lets people open, markup, share files, review files at the same time. Right? Keep track of old revisions, old versions, refer to old versions, do document comparison. It has so many tools. We're not even going to get to 1% of them today and what we're going to be talking about. But the big thing is that it's the leading PDF software, and it's the leading markup and estimating tool in use within the building design industry today. Right? And that means if you're a product manufacturer, that means your clients are using this. All right, they already have it, so it kind of behooves you to look into using it yourself so you can work with them. All right, so some of the things that Bluebeam can help you do, it's going to help you collaborate with your project partners real world, right? And worldwide in real time, anytime, day or night. Okay, it gives you the ability to communicate with team measures using your own customizable markup tools, and we're going to talk about those today. It's even got built-in estimating features, right? For areas, lengths, volumes, all the basic counts, all the things that you might want to do. You can do side-by-side version comparisons, so it'll highlight differences. So if you need to look at previous versions of your designs, right? And one of the things that is really powerful about Bluebeam that I think plays very, very well into that manufacturing space is that it allows you to generate, view, and distribute three-dimensional PDFs from directly inside your CAD systems, okay, or your solid modeling systems if you use an Inventor, et cetera. So that's the kind of thing that can really make a difference, right? We're going to talk a little bit about that today as well. So that's what Bluebeam Revu is, right? So how is it tying into the building product manufacturing space? Like I said before, it's already the leading communication collaboration system for the building world, right? And really what that means is that it's what your clients are already using. So if your clients are already using Bluebeam on a daily basis, they're using it to share files, markup files, collaborate, communicate, track what's going on, it behooves you guys to be able to tie into that process with your products. Right? In other words, with some simple configuration tools, you can build your own products into symbol sets, right? That can be placed directly on the PDF. So instead of people, freehanding and marking things up, you can provide easy to use tools, right? For all the items, whether you make doors or windows or electrical outlets or whatever it is that you guys make, manufacture, and sell, you can give all of your potential clients, right, the ability to just grab those symbols, drop them directly onto the PDFs, saving them time in markup and creation. So it's going to encourage them to use them, but it also puts your name, your make, your model, all your information on the plans, right? And that gets you 90% of the way to getting spec'd for the job and closing those sales. right? So that's kind of where we've seen a lot of people making the move in the manufacturing space, particularly the building products, into using Bluebeam Revu tools and providing them to their clients, right, for the Bluebeam products that they already have. Okay, so again, what's the real benefit for you as a BPM? It really is about making it easy for your potential clients to place, specify, and even order directly online your product as part of their general markup processes. They're reviewing and laying out and making changes and saying, let's put a door here and a window here, and let's put a lighting fixture over here. They're not just putting a standardized symbol. You've provided them with tools that will have all of your information embedded directly into those. It makes it very easy for them to click on them, see it in 3D, get to the cut sheets, get to the specs, orders, get the product, model, make, manufacturer, different options, right? They're fully customizable tools that you can predefine and then put right into the hands of the people who are going to make those purchasing decisions. It's an immensely powerful process, right? So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at a very simplified demo today, just to kind of see what we're talking about, right? So I'm going to jump over here to Bluebeam Revu, right? And what I have here is just a basic floor plan open inside of Bluebeam, right? So you see it's just a PDF of a floor plan. It was printed directly out of a CAD system, right? Now, again, this is how most people transmit documents, right? This is how they're working in designs. Yep, it's one thing, and I know everybody's worked in and heard the Autodesk spiel about you need to get your parts into Revit, you need to get your parts in Autodesk, you need to do all of this structure. The thing is that a lot of people don't maintain licenses for all of those users, particularly those guys who are on the purchasing end, the layout, the design end, the senior guys. CAD guys aren't the ones making purchasing decisions. So putting your symbols into their hands isn't always the best thing for you as the manufacturer. You want to get it into those higher level people who have the ability to lay it out, make recommendations, and approve the sales process, okay? And those are the people who use Bluebeam. They're not CAD designers, they're not draftspeople, right? They're senior executives, they're the architects, they're the engineers, they're the designers, the owners, right? The GC, the construction manager. They're the people who are going to be purchasing your products, and all of them live and die inside of Bluebeam. So what we can do, right, and what Zentech can help you do, is we can use Bluebeam, right, to develop tool chests, right? These tool chests can be built, customized, developed to your specific needs to show symbology in any way that you want, right? And that symbology, we can build in intelligence into it to really simplify that ordering process and letting people know that your product is the best option for their job. Right, so over here I've got two very simple setups, right? I've got a desk, right, symbol, right, our Sequoia line, I made that up, and our Acme doors, right? So just depending on what you're doing, just to show you that really it doesn't matter whether you're a building product manufacturer or a general manufacturer of products, Bluebeam works for you regardless. In the manufacturing world, whatever you're doing, Bluebeam can be an immensely powerful tool. So let's start with the desk, right? It's a very simple thing. So I've got this predefined setup. And again, I'm showing one symbol in each of my little tool sets here, right? And when it comes time, normally if someone was to go in, and there are markup tools, right, that they can use. I'm just going to go down to these kind of little offices down here, where they can sketch in a desk and they say, I'm going to put a desk here and another desk over here. Right? That's time consuming. They have to draw rectangles and define properties and colors and all kinds of things. Instead, if you provide them, right, with these tool chests, and it's a very simple thing to do. We can develop these tool chests, break them down into different, fields, lines, products, divisions, whatever you need, however you work your manufacturing model. And they can be assembled into an executable file that you can send to anybody who has Bluebeam, and all I have to do is run the executable file, and all of these tools that you've developed will appear over here on the side for them, okay? And they can just go over here, and they can say, okay, hey, I need that a Sequoia model desk. And you see the desk comes in for them, and they can just go ahead and drop it in. They can drop multiples, right? They can put one here, one over here, right? And then they can just go in and, like anything else, right? They can just go in, they can manipulate and change and rotate these to whatever angles they need, right, for any particular project, right, doing whatever it is they want to do. And then they can go ahead and move and say, I'm going to put one desk in that corner, and I'm going to have one about the center of that wall, and this one I'm going to put over in the corner over here. Okay, so basic tools, basic features, right? And actually what I'm going to move one of these desks all the way over here just because, right? I want to show you something that's really nice about working with Bluebeam. All right, so I'm just going to go in and move this desk kind of over to that corner over there on that wall. All right, oops, sorry, moved it to the wrong spot. There we go. So I'm just going to zoom in on that. So the idea here is that once you've gone ahead and once you've got this layout, right, as you bring these in, you can do this either as they're being brought in or after the fact, right? You see that down here on the bottom, Bluebeam keeps what we call a markup list. You see it's got the listing of all of those objects, and notice what happens as I click on each one. I'm zoomed in on this room over here, okay? Right? And that is the last one that I placed. But if I go and I click on the first one that I placed, watch the floor plan here. It moves me over to that one and highlights it for me. And then when I click this one, it moves me to that one and highlights it for me. And if I want to go back to the last one, it moves me to that location on the plan so we can focus on the individual items. Now you see that one of the things that we can do, you see I've got some basic information here in terms of, subjects and comments, right? You see these are our Sequoia model desks. They're 5 foot by 3 foot. But one of the things that's amazing about Bluebeam is that you can predefine within these tools all of the specific properties and information that you need, that you want to put either in your client's hands for ordering and review, or you can even have your own tools built strictly for internal use in layout and design. Okay, so we can go in here and we can do things like choose the model, okay, the finish, right? So here I can go in and say, hey, this is going to have a cherry finish. What style? Right? It's going to be our colonial style. See, it already comes with a part number preloaded. I can choose what date it's going to be delivered. And again, these are just kind of, random, typical fields that I made up and put in place here. Is that a special order part? Okay, just simple information that I can collect and structure in here and I can predefine. I can even build in price, unit prices, costs, overhead for estimating and sales purposes if I need to. Okay, and I can go to each one and very easily go in and apply. This one's going to be a knotty pine desk in the farmhouse style, right? That's not a special order and that's got a different delivery date. Right? I'll go in and set that for the 27th. Okay, so I can set and structure all of the basic information that I need about each and every one of these. Okay, so in a plan type structure or a design structure, it's a very simple thing, right? So same concept, right? If what you do is doors, right? And here we've got a 6 foot sliding double glazed door. Well, again, people could go in and they can mark things up and say, I want to put a door in here, or they can just come over here, click, put the door in, right, where they need it, right? And then they can just, click on the door and rotate it to whatever angle they need it to be and move the door and say, hey, here we go, we're going to put a door in right here, okay? So just kind of leave it off to the side so it's easy to see on this plan. So there you go. So you see you got the door in place, all set to go. And same thing, I can build all the different material styles, controls that I need for doors. Is it a left slide, a right slide, what locking mechanism, what piece, what component, all the different parts that I need to be able to place these in and have people specify exactly what you're going to need. Right? And then you have the ability to actually extract these out to Excel as a CSV summary for inputting into your ordering system, or you can generate PDFs for invoicing and sales. Right? And one of the other things that's really, really nice about these, you'll notice that they have these little lightning bolt icons on them. It's because what I've done with these is I've already predetermined and predefined, right, and linked these symbols, right, to my 3D model. So if you've already developed your 3D system through Inventor or Revit or wherever you're working as your modeling structure, and you need to be able to generate and use those so that people can see your product in 3D, you can absolutely tie that right here inside of Bluebeam. So you see when I click on this desk, you see it brings up the simple desk and it brings it up as a 3D PDF for me, okay? So you see that here in the 3D PDF, it's a true 3D model, right? But it's in PDF format rather than in a Revit or a drawing or an Inventor type file structure, right? And the key there is that these are usually about 10% of the size of the actual 3D BIM model, okay? So they're very easy to manipulate, get into people's hands, right? And you'll also notice that we can also add in markup views. So I can go to the markup view here and you see here, now I've got another link to the product cut sheet where all I have to do is click on the cut sheet. And just like that, I go right to the cut sheet for that particular model of desk. Right? Everything that I need can be embedded and linked and structured. And from here, I could continue other links to an actual ordering form or have it go directly to an ordering form. Anything that I need, I can predefine, put it in place, and tie it using Bluebeam. Okay. You see even same thing, right? When I go over on the doors, right? If I click on the door, you see that I actually have my 3D model of my 6 foot door. Right? And one of the things that's really nice about this is that Bluebeam, when you install it, it plugs into your CAD systems, whether it's Revit or Inventor or Autodesk, whatever you're using, BricsCAD. And one of the great things is that it gives you the ability as you generate this. So this door here was actually pulled from a Revit model, right? And you'll see that it actually allows you to go in and not just see a 3D view. It actually goes in, you see it can actually extract. See, this is the wood birch frame, the glass panes, 1/8 inch, right? All of the paint, seeing a painted trim on the side, right? You see all of this basic information has been pulled directly from your CAD system and pulled into this 3D PDF via Bluebeam, right? And you can actually go in and you can isolate individual parts. So if you just want to take a look at the trim, okay, I can go back and I can show all again, show all my parts. So if I need to just look at the glazing, right, I can just go ahead and isolate the glazing. So you see there are my 2 glazing components right there. I can pick either one, right? And then I can go back and I can show all parts. I can make, save views. I can even go in here and I can do things like putting in, using Bluebeam, and I think this visualizes a little bit better. I'll do it with the desk just to show you real quick, that if I pop open that, one of the things that I can do here, right, is that I can actually turn on my cross-sectional cube, right? And you see that I can actually go in and I can determine whether I want to show my cross sections as a box. And now you see I can just by clicking on that box, see that I can actually start to just cut cross-sectional structures in real time from any direction that I need to do. So if I need to cut and see what's going on in the middle, so now you see it's cut it down for me. I can extend it back out, okay, at any time, right, to get the view and the structure all within Bluebeam. I can change backgrounds and colors and everything else that I need, right? So you can tie and integrate all of your tools, all of your features very, very easily, right? One to the next, tying people through, right? And everything down here in terms of, what we're looking at in terms of columns, they're completely customizable for everything that you need. If you need to put in, part numbers, specs, assembly numbers, order system numbers, quantities, cost per unit, whatever you need to track or set up structure, links to your, the URL address for the cut sheets, or you can embed those right into the symbol themselves. These are fully developed systems that can be, as I said, either, used internally for your sales and your floor and your shop staff, or you can develop these and deliver these directly to all of your clients, or even host them on your website so that Bluebeam users can just download them, install them, and then use your model structures to be able to lay out everything that they need. So it's a very versatile, very, very powerful set of tools. Okay, so I hope that kind of gives you an idea, a very brief idea of what we can do. And like I said, we barely scratched the surface of what Bluebeam can do in the manufacturing space. All right. So the thing to keep in mind is that Zentek is here to help you customize and build those processes for your tools. We can help you guys develop the tools, distribute the tools, to your specifications. We can, develop all the custom columns and metadata properties that you need, all right, all your specs and so on. We can train your staff on how to use Bluebeam from the beginning level all the way to advanced expert, right? And we can help you develop and implement custom workflows and file sharing processes, right, all through Bluebeam with all of your clients and within your own internal divisions, okay? All right, so with that said, I did have a few questions come in, so I'm just gonna take a minute here and answer some of the questions that we have. So let's see. All right, so the first question that I got in was from Amanda. Amanda wants to know, can we build different sets of tools for different work divisions? Yes, Amanda, you absolutely can. One of the things that's really nice about Bluebeam is that not only can I have different tool palettes with different tools in them, kind of like you see here, but this overall tool chest structure, right, inside of Revu, I can actually generate profiles, right? And you see I can build profile sets for different types of materials and structures, everything that you might need. All right, so if you want one for your doors division, one for your windows division, another for your lighting division with completely different sets of tools and processes, absolutely we can structure those. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Question from Raphael, do clients need Bluebeam to see these tools? So Raphael, to answer that, not to see the tools, once you place them in a PDF, they will show up in any PDF viewer. So even if somebody opens these up in like the base Adobe Reader, all your tools and everything will be there. If you want your clients to add these tools, they will need Bluebeam, Okay, but like I said before, Bluebeam is the widest used PDF and markup system, in the building world. Right, so chances are that most of your clients already have this. And also there is another way, we didn't talk about it today, but part of the purchase of Bluebeam is Bluebeam Studio, which allows you to collaborate with your client. In other words, you can invite them in to your session of Studio. They can mark up and you can see their markups and work with them in real time on a design, right? A collaborative session. And they don't need a license. They'll get access to all of your tools using your license while you do that. And you can actually have up to 500 people at a time doing that. So you can bring, entire divisions in to work on a design with you all at once using your licenses. Okay. I got a question from Joe or Joseph, sorry. He says, can I link these tools to web pages or only to other PDFs? Yes, you can absolutely. You can link to any other web page, any URL site in the world, and really files of any type. If you want to link and have it automatically open drawings, PowerPoint presentations, access databases, whatever you need. You can even tie Bluebeam to specific locations inside of a file. So for example, if you got like a 400 page document spec, right, you can link to specific spec sections or to specific tables inside documents with no problem. Right, so you can really link and tie these to just about anything. And I got one last question here that I see from Dajim, and I hope I didn't mispronounce that. He says, I have Bluebeam Standard. Can I use tools like this in that version? Yes, what I'm showing you here, the Bluebeam tool structures and the tool sets, those are intrinsic to all the different versions of Bluebeam. There are 3 versions of Bluebeam. There's Standard, CAD, and Extreme, and all 3 of them, these tool sets are a basic part of all of those. So it doesn't matter which version you have, you'll be able to build and structure these and distribute these tools with no issue. And I think that's all the questions that I got. Okay, so we're close to time here. So I just want to encourage you guys to hit our website and see that we do quite a lot more, and we are Bluebeam experts. We can definitely help you guys with this, but we also work with a number of other systems and softwares. We're certified Microsoft partners. We're help you with all your CAD and design needs and quite a bit more. So we hope you'll hit our website and see what else we have to offer. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to Rocco Parisi here. He is our Director of Sales, and you can either hit him at the number on screen, or you can just go to sales@zentechconsultants.net. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for taking the time, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks.